Well, I told you guys I needed a dumpster car, and by golly, I needed a dumpster car. Now I got one. Front bumper fell off. I didn't even make one hit with the front end, and the bumper had already fallen off. I think I took a small hit here, and the bumper ripped off the factory mounts, but there was nothing I could do. I couldn't do anything different than what I did to the front of this car, which was nothing. I couldn't do nothing. So the bumper fell off, and I could see it on the track. The officials actually never stopped the derby to get the bumper off. A guy ran over the bumper, and it kind of went really high into the air. This rim actually got folded over, I'm pretty sure, after I was already out. But I'm not too worried about it. I did take one tire shot in the consi. In the finals, everything was going good. I was running up to tech, and then right as Buddy stuck his head in my window, my fuel line got a pinhole leak in it and sprayed almost right in his face. So I quickly had to zoom back. They were nice enough not to shut the gate because there wasn't a lot of cars, so they did give me a lot of time to get out there and fix my fuel line and then make it back in. All I did was cut it, and then I had enough extra to make it to the actual fuel line. So that was kind of nice of them. I really appreciate them doing that. But because I did that, I was still having fuel issues, and I accidentally pulled the negative or the positive, one or the other, right off of the actual tank because I had to cut all the zip ties. Let's see if I can see here. I had to cut all the zip ties for the fuel line. As you guys can see how tight this one fuel line was, and then I pulled these out. So after the heat, I went back and put a whole bunch more zip ties on it so it didn't come off. But yeah, this car is pretty bellied out. We'll look at that here in a second. But the front end, I didn't use it. I wanted to try to keep the radiator in this thing as long as I could. Radiator actually stayed in the car until I was out. I was stuck, I was overheating, the car had no power, and then the radiator blew, and it was done. I ran this fancy switch panel again. You know, this one right here. But unfortunately, it died. It turned off, and I hadn't had a chance to look at it. Did it blow the fuses? I'm going to pull the fuses out of the back of that to see if it blew the fuses or something else because... Oh, what's this? No, that's not it. It is it. The positive ripped off of the post, so that's what happened there. I bet you if I hook that back up, the lights will come out. Come on. That's it. So I thought something seriously bad happened, but this ripped out. So I did prepare for that. So I was able to take the power wire apart that went to my fuel tank and hold it on the positive to keep going. But I was prepared for that thing to fail because, you know what, I did see it as a weak link. And it did fail, but I thought I blew the fuses, but I guess the wire just came off. So not a big deal, but still a deal, you know. That could have taken me out, but I was able to find out the issue because I seen that the lights weren't on. So the lights are a nice indicator that stuff isn't working. And then get it going. Let's take a look at the back of this Avalon. I don't know where to start. I have extremely large donuts on the back of this, and kind of really happy I did because it gave me the ground clearance, but by having very large donuts, they're actually into all the struts. So they're into the struts, they're into the body on both sides. So someone's like saying, well, take out the struts, take out the big tires, you don't need those. But I'm going to tell you right now, I am bellied, and I am bellied hard. So I kind of need the big tires in the back. It's been a long time since I've seen an Avalon go this bad in the back. But what I find funny is that it didn't actually rip away from my wheel wells. It just bent the floors. It bent the floor 90. It bent my brackets that was holding the gas tank to the floor. It bent down here at the bottom of the floor. It actually kinked right over there. I'm going to go check that spot out. Did it do it on this side? It did. Look at this. Both sides of the car blew apart right there. That's crazy. On a stock show, This car should not have done that. It really shouldn't have. But what we're going to do now is we're going to start her up. I'm pretty sure it's going to start up. We're going to back it off the trailer. It might get caught on the lip. We're going to park it right there, or maybe over here, so that I can get my gas tank out, my battery out, and all that fun stuff, and then start getting it ready for scrap, because all this stuff has got to go inside of here. Yeah, let's see if she starts up and drives off. It did get hot, and it did kind of lose all its power, but I turned it off in the feature. There was 3 of us left, and I was bellied out in the mud, too hot to spin the tires. So let's see if she'll start up. Oh, and my tires, they're not doubled, and they don't have any tread, but they got air. I love that. Well, she still runs and drives, but damn is she bellied out. You can guys tell it doesn't sound like she's running on all 6, and that's the way she sounded the entire Derby after the first heat. So I haven't really even opened the hood to see what the issue is, but we'll have to take a look. But this is my first time ever running a column shifter Toyota Camry. And if you guys notice, there's a lot of stuff missing that I started the Derby with, like my radio and all my trim. So in the heat, I was having a lot of problems getting the car into reverse. And it was because the trim was coming off, so I couldn't push the shifter ahead to get it into reverse and lock it in. So I ended up ripping out the trim and throwing it out the front of the car. And then in the consolation, halfway through the consolation, the radio came out. And then in the heat, in the finals, that speaker came out. So I kept driving to one corner and taking all the parts that were smashing into me and throwing them out of the car at the official. They kept giving me like a shaking their head and looking at me in disapproval. But buddy, I want these pieces out of these cars. These are giant hunks of speakers and metal that this guy has in here, and they're jaggedly sharp. I want them out. But wiring, I moved it, no real problems. The fuse panel, I thought I blew it, but with that wire coming disconnected, I'm not so sure. Like, I think it still works. I'm gonna pull it apart and take a look at it, check the fuses, and I think it was just that positive. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna finish emptying my truck, and then we're gonna start getting this thing ready. I need the gas tank out of it. I need the battery and all that fun stuff. I'm gonna recline the seat so that way I can start throwing all this junk inside of it. And then who knows, maybe tomorrow we'll have it pulled up on the trailer ready for scrap. I don't know, but it needs to go. This stuff needs to go. But had a fun time. I didn't win any money because this show here, unfortunately, if you do not come first, you do not win any money. It's $1,500 to win. Second place pays $0. So you know what? If you ain't first, you're last, right, Ricky Bobby? Had a lot of fun. The Avalon did disappoint a little bit. I was expecting the back to be a little bit tougher than that. I was not expecting it to blow away at the bottoms of the doors, that's for sure. But thanks everybody for watching. I guess I should have turned around, but with no front bumper, I didn't really want to use the front of this car at all. But I couldn't see nothing out the back of it, so half the Derby I had my head out the window because that was my view. Yeah, how does the roof, that's another question. How does the roof get folded in like this? Like that's crazy. The roof is actually kinked here at the pillar and bent 90. That's my rear pillar. What happened to the back of this Avalon? This is not what they should do. Well guys, the whole pile is gone. Except for the taillights. I kept the taillights because those have bulbs in them, and I need some of those bulbs, and Canadian Tire charges like $7.99 for one bulb now, so call me cheap, I don't care, I'm keeping the bulbs. We weren't able to fit all the glass in. Maybe if I did it differently and put all the glass in the bottom and then broke it, but I didn't really think that far in advance. We didn't get the gas tank in or that windshield in, but it's pretty well stuffed, guys. We have half of a G6, an entire Subaru Forester, and an entire Avalon put inside of here, except for we left out all the seats pretty much. But that's pretty good, guys. I'm impressed with how much we fit in there. We are going to pull this motor just because I'm pretty sure I can send it to Africa. We're going to save the hood just because, you know, I kind of go through Camry hoods pretty aggressively, and this one's not that bad. I'll just throw it off into the bush. So this motor's probably going to go to Africa, and we're going to save the subframe because I didn't make a single hit with the front of it, and I don't have that many subframes left. So tomorrow we're going to jack it all up, and we're going to just cut the axles or pull the... I'm probably just going to cut them with a torch or something, mini grinder, I don't care. We're going to pull the axles and then pull the motor out and stuff like that, and get it ready for scrap. Going to save the sub. Spindles are garbage, axles are garbage, brakes are garbage. Struts I think might be garbage. We'll have to take a look. Front frame's still really, really good, but I'm not going to save the front frame of a car. There's no need to, no reason to. I didn't make a single hit with it, so of course the front frame's good. But thanks guys for watching. This was a quick build. I wrote 8 hours on the hood, but I bet you I have about 5.5 hours from start to finish into this car. And I would have liked it to do a little bit better, but it just bent weird in the back, and I couldn't change the bumper. If I could have put a better bumper on the front of it, I would have used the front a lot more, but who cares? Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you back here tomorrow on Zach's Workshop.